Yeah, he's having a good time. He's partying, got bottles. Right? And start the fight is not doing as well. Only just 3 niggas is the picture. You got rich niggas, you got tough niggas, and they easily become collateral.
50, who own your masters? Who own your masters? I buy your masters. You better shut up. I will buy your masters.
Rick Ross might have just fumbled harder than ever. Word is, he messed up big time by threatening to snatch up 50 Cent's masters and trying to leak a bogus tape of 50 at one of Diddy's wild freak-off parties. But 50 ain't letting that slide. He's going all in for revenge, and Ross is about to feel the heat like never before.
Slippery soap. You know, I actually washed the car because I'm supporting my brother. I'm not just buying slippery soap. I'm actually using it myself. So, yo, just stay tuned to see Diddy and Rose wash the car.
Brother, Ricky Rose, you a hustler, mother, man. Woo! I know you for a long time for helping me with Ciroc, to just, like, watching your whole get down. You a hustler, mother.
Allegedly, Ross cooked up a whole scheme to push a fake video that links 50 to Diddy in some messy, questionable situation. But here's the kicker. That tape is straight up AI-generated nonsense, and 50 knows it. He ain't just brushing it off, he's getting locked in and ready to blast back with serious firepower. Sources close to 50 say he's not playing. He's coming with receipts, and it's about to get ugly. And guess what? Word is, Ross got a special feature in 50's upcoming Diddy documentary. This ain't no regular doc either.
Boy, I see you struggling making that G-Unit film studio out there in Louisiana where that cheapest land at. You thought you was going to be able to do it. You thought you was going to be able to get them loans, and it ain't. What's wrong? What's taking so long? I know you want to make your mama one of them walking stars thing. Put down there how your mama live. Make her own walking star. Don't leave Louisiana. Don't quit like that, because you showed the picture of how you wanted it to look. We call it renderings. You had the renderings. Then you try to go get them loans, and ain't nobody loan you that money. You ain't even built the G-Unit studio yet. That might be why when I stood next to Meech, your knees buckled. Your knees buckled. Put your back against the wall. Po nigga. You're po hustler. 50, who own your masters? Who own your masters? I buy your masters. You better shut up. I will buy your masters.
It's said to have unreleased footage, wild behind-the-scenes moments, and jaw-dropping stories from insiders who saw it all. Supposedly, there's even real footage showing what some rappers, Ross included, had to do to stay tight with the industry's top dogs. If even half of that turns out to be real, Ross is looking at the nastiest public blow-up of his entire career. And this is just the warm-up. 50's just getting started. Now let's really get into it. The drama between 50 Cent and Rick Ross is heating up again. Streets are buzzing that Ross tried. If even half of that turns out to be real, Ross is looking at the nastiest public blow-up of his entire career. And this is just the warm-up. 50's just getting started. Now let's really get into it. The drama between 50 Cent and Rick Ross is heating up again. Streets are buzzing that Ross tried to sneak out a fake video showing 50 caught in some wild moment with other dudes at an industry party. Total setup. And yeah, it was supposedly Ross's way of getting payback after all the beef they've had, especially after that big Meech and BMF mess. Remember back in March? Ross was already throwing dirt at 50, clowning him online about money problems and even flexing about buying his masters. But now, he tried to one-up it by scheming with this fake AI tape move. Here's where it backfired. 50 caught wind of it before anything dropped. Shut it down. Straight up blocked it. Now 50's cooking up his own play, and Ross has no idea what's coming. Now 50 Cent is locked into full-blown revenge mode, and it's about to get wild. Sources close to him say he's sitting on a real tape that allegedly shows Rick Ross in a whole different kind of situation.
Slippery soap. You know, I actually washed the car because I'm supporting my brother. I'm not just buying slippery soap. I'm actually using it myself. So, yo, just stay tuned to see Diddy and Rose wash the car.
And let's just say, it ain't something Ross wants the world to see. The tape reportedly ties back to his longtime buddy-buddy relationship with Diddy. And if what we're hearing is true, Ross is about to be exposed in the worst way. Insiders are whispering that Ross has a special appearance lined up in 50's upcoming Diddy Expose docuseries. And if that tape ends up being real, man, things are gonna blow up fast. It could destroy reputations in a matter of minutes. Now let's talk about Ross and Diddy's tight connection, because people have been side-eyeing that friendship for a while. When all those disturbing allegations about Diddy started making headlines, 50 didn't waste a second. He jumped in and dropped a shady Instagram video that had people talking. In the video, ex-Bad Boy artist Mark Curry was spilling tea, saying Diddy used to spike champagne and hand out pills to women at parties. That's already wild, but 50 took it further. He added a clip of Ross's controversial verse where he rapped about slipping something in a woman's drink, and then hit the timeline again with a screenshot of those exact lyrics. His caption, "What the F?" followed by, "At some point you gotta just do the right thing." 50 was calling it out loud and clear. But it didn't stop there. Just when things seemed like they couldn't get any messier, the internet exploded with wild rumors that Ross was showing up at Diddy's infamous freak-offs too. That's when an old video resurfaced, showing Ross and Diddy washing cars together, joking around about slippery soap like it was some inside thing. People were not letting that slide. Jonathan Auta didn't just drop bombshells, he went nuclear. He straight up accused Diddy of being part of a secret society called the Bold, which he claimed is like a black version of the Illuminati. And it gets even crazier. He said Diddy treated him like some kind of ex-slave before paying him off to stay silent. That's not all. Auta unloaded a pile of wild stories that shook everyone listening. Here's the twist. Auta wasn't even being questioned about music stuff. He was actually getting grilled about the Trump Doral hotel shooting that went down back in May 2018. But while cops were digging into that case, Auta started throwing Diddy's name into the mix. And that's when things spiraled into a whole different level of madness. According to the Daily Mail, before that shooting, Auta had worked as an exotic dancer and adult film performer for a wild site called Dancing Bear. That site's infamous for showing women getting wild with dudes in massive bear costumes. Yeah, you read that right. Now pause and think about this. Cassie, in her lawsuit, said Diddy forced her into those so-called freak-offs with male staff and even made folks wear masks during the acts. So suddenly, that bear costume stuff doesn't sound so random anymore. Back to Ott's interrogation tape. Some of the stuff he said sounds way out there, but people online are starting to piece it all together. Why? Because he made these claims about Diddy 5 years before Cassie ever filed her lawsuit. That got folks seriously rethinking everything. Here's what Ott claimed, straight up. First, he said Diddy sent Rick Ross, yes, Rick Ross, to silence him. Then he dropped a wild accusation, claiming that Diddy, Ross, and DJ Khaled are secretly involved with each other, like romantically. That alone had the internet spinning. But Atta wasn't finished.
And Ross, which they good buddies, okay? They're gay.
Who?
Both. Diddy and Ross. And Khaled. They're all gay, okay?
DJ Khaled, Rick Ross,
Yeah.
and P. Diddy?
Yeah.
They all gay?
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right.
He was around all heterosexual. Don't nobody say that. Nigga, we know what it is. Y'all motherfuckers mad at me. Let me tell you something. If Rick Ross watching this, let me tell you something. Stop hiring drivers. Drivers always tell on you. I know what happened at LAX with that boy.
Oh, God. That's this one. And that's
my...
He went all in, saying those freak-offs are actually secret rituals, and claimed they're part of some twisted Illuminati agenda. He even said those parties were used for mind control and, get this, real sacrifices. And then he named Bohemian Grove, the ultra-secretive hideaway, where powerful men allegedly gathered to do dark, hidden rituals and other creepy things behind locked gates. According to Ott, these events aren't just rumors, they're real, and Diddy's name was right in the mix. So when they asked Jonathan Auta how he knew all this dirt, he straight up said Diddy told him to his face. Yeah, Auta claimed Diddy personally revealed it all. including his role in a secret society called the Bowl, which he described as the Black Illuminati. According to Otta, Diddy got deep political ties too, thanks to his high-powered legal team. And that's not even the wildest part.
Once Human is genuinely one of the strangest games I've ever played, and they just reached out to sponsor this.
Otta said he overheard plenty of Diddy's convos with his business partners before and after those so-called freak-off sessions. And he stuck firm to his story about Diddy treating him like a slave. Then he dropped another bomb, accusing Diddy of giving him an STD, and claimed they settled that mess with a multi-million-dollar hush deal. Now here's what's got folks really raising eyebrows. Jonathan was saying all this years before Cassie ever filed her lawsuit. And a bunch of his claims, they match what Cassie later accused Diddy of. That timing got people thinking, was he telling the truth the whole time? But get this, after Jonathan got charged in that 2018 shooting, he just vanished from the spotlight. The old articles say he was hit with charges, but there's zero info about whether he ever got sentenced or where he is now. It's like he disappeared into thin air. Meanwhile, Rick Ross out here running his mouth on everything, throwing shade at 50 Cent, chiming in on the Drake and Kendrick Lamar beef. But when it comes to his boy Diddy and all these explosive allegations, Ross went completely quiet, not a peep. And the silence is getting louder, especially since more industry voices are whispering about Ross allegedly swinging the other way. Recently, an old interview popped back up and went viral. Comedian Corey Holcomb claimed that Ross was getting cozy with his male driver. The streets are talking. Huh? I know you on them tapes, Freaky B, I know you is. 10 kid having MF, I ain't letting off you. That's what Ross's ex, Tia Kemp, blasted online, and she wasn't pulling any punches. She dragged him hard. Why you so quiet now? Nobody wanna see your Louis bags and sneakers? Ain't nobody checking for your jets. You running low on clout? Go over there, hug Diddy, and ride that bike with him. She flamed him, and guess what? Ross didn't say one word back. Dead silent. Just like every time someone brings up his ties to Diddy, Ross goes ghost. It's like that topic got him shook. But here's the problem. Ross messed up when he decided to poke the wrong bear. If the online talk is true, 50 Cent is about to go full savage and drop nuclear revenge on Ross. And this isn't just about now, this is payback for years of drama. Their beef, it goes way back to 2008. All of this kicked off at the BET Awards when Ross claimed he didn't like how 50 looked at him. Yeah, that's how it started. But 50 later said he didn't even know Ross was at the event. Wild, right? Then Ross turned up the heat by dropping a track called Mafia Music, throwing slick shade at 50. He even made a dirty comment about a fire at the house where 50's baby mama, Shaniqua Tompkins, was living, basically implying 50 had something to do with it. That lit a fire under 50 for real. And of course, 50 clapped back in full savage mode with the legendary diss track Officer Ricky, Go Ahead, Try Me. That's when he exposed the receipts. Yep, that now infamous photo of Ross in a corrections officer uniform. The streets went nuts. Ross tried to deny it at first, like it was fake or photoshopped. But once 50 dropped the Officer Ricky diss, the truth was out there, and Ross couldn't dodge it anymore. He eventually had to admit it was real. Even after that, Ross stood firm, saying working as a CEO didn't mess with his street rep or change who he is as an artist. But 50, he's never let him live that down, not for 1 second. He's been roasting him for it ever since. And now with these new allegations and a rumored documentary on the way, 50 might finally finish what he started.
Dave's field communications are all over the place. Connect Team's team management app puts it all in one place. While Dave...
When I rap, it's real, Ross said. The dope is real. The gun talk is official. That's what I lived. It's reality. But let's be real. That Officer Ricky diss must have stung deep because Ross actually called into Angela Yee's show just to trash the track. Petty move? Maybe. But 50 wasn't letting that slide for a second. He clapped back hard, not with another track, but with a video called Warning Shot, where he basically looked dead into the camera and said he was about to ruin Ross's whole life, just for laughs. And guess what? He meant it. 50 kicked off a whole Savage cartoon series on his website. Officer Ricky episodes dropped every Saturday, clowning Ross nonstop. It was pure internet chaos. But 50 wasn't done being petty just yet. He tracked down Ross's baby mama, Tia Kemp, got her to spill all kinds of dirt about Ross's past as a corrections officer, and then, just to twist the knife, he took her on a full-blown shopping spree. Designer bags, expensive shoes, the works, all to troll Ross in public. But Ross didn't sit there and take it. He fired back on some straight disrespectful vibes. He dragged 50's son, Marquise, into the mess by posting a photoshopped pic with Marquise's face on a monkey's body. Straight violation. That took things to a whole new level. So what did 50 do? He snapped back with something even more insane. He somehow got his hands on a private tape that Ross's other baby mama, Lastonia Leviston, made with her ex. Then 50 added his own voice over the guy in the video before leaking it online. Yeah, wild move, but it backfired hard. In 2015, a judge ordered 50 to cough up $5 million for leaking the tape, plus another $2 million for emotional distress. Still, Ross wasn't letting the beef die. He kept dropping disses and throwing shots, keeping that fire burning. But 50, he took the disrespect way past the limit. After Ross suffered 2 seizures back in October 2011, 50 said he wasn't out here wishing death on Ross. But he also wasn't sending any prayers either. Cold. At that point, the feud was so intense even industry insiders were begging them to squash it. But let's be real, it ain't ever getting patched up. 50 made it crystal clear. He'll never respect someone who used to wear a badge, then turned around and tried to play gangster on records. And that's where we leave it, for now. But don't blink, because more